Welcome to Art Inspired Yoga at the Barry Art Museum. My name's Leah with Rise and Shine. This flow we highlight Devin Strother's The Colored Series Part 4, Girl I'm Just Talking About That Composition, Girl What You Know About That Post-Abstraction. In this acrylic and mixed media panel piece, Strother's toys with cultural stereotypes in a bright and abrasive manner. If you enjoy programming like this, be sure to become a member of the Barry Art Museum. We'd love to have you. Hey there, welcome to the yoga portion of Art Inspired Yoga. Today we're highlighting Devin Strother's piece, Girl I'm Just Talking About That Composition, Girl What You Know About That Post-Abstraction. A super fun, colorful, multi-layered, multi-dimensional piece. Definitely come by and check it out at the Barry Art Museum. Have a seat now, sitting up nice and tall. With this flow, we definitely want to go with the flow. Loosen up your shoulders, loosen up your neck here. Let there be some fluidity. And sometimes with yoga, even though it is a flow, there can be some rigidity. Just really carrying forward a spirit of playfulness, exploration, and almost fun irreverence in this pose. So inhale, open your heart forward. Exhale, cat pose here. Inhale, shine your heart forward again for cow. Plant your right hand down, lift your left arm up to the sky, and tilt over, making sure to still sit up nice and tall. Keep your chest open, not collapsed. Now, other side. Since this is our first side bend of class, don't worry so much about going so deep. Just worry about, not even worry, just enjoy opening and warming up your body more. Extend your right leg out now. Left foot still stays into your center. Point and flex your toe. Reach over again here. Maybe you can go a little further since this is our second side bend of class. I like to use my bottom arm to help me twist my torso open more, so I keep my heart open. Make sure you keep your toe pointed or flexed. Just make sure there's some energy going there. And exhale, walk your hands down, folding over to the center. Exhale, walk your hands back towards the midline. Switch legs now. Left leg's extended, pointing and flexing your foot. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice. Extend your arm overhead. Reach over. Same thing, keep your chest lifted. If you want to have your bottom arm gently rotate you upwards more, feel free to do so. Great. From here, come back to center. Balance yourself out again. Walk forward, and you can feel free to use your blocks here. Remember, your blocks are here to help you. Reach out for them whenever you feel it. So you want to fold over gently towards the center. You can push your blocks out in front of you, or you can rest on top of your blocks. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Sit back nice and tall. Now bring both legs together. Let the soles of your feet come to touch. Feel free to move your blocks to underneath your thighs, sitting here in butterfly position, soles of our feet together, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. Let your chin come down to your chest. Nice. Now bring your knees together, closing them together like a book. Moving your blocks to the side. Inhale, arms overhead. Gentle twist over your right side. Twisting from our core. Still sitting up nice and tall. Make sure not to hunch over. Stay lifted. Here, inhale. And exhale. Release the twist. Seated cat-cow again to help reset our spine. And inhale, twist over to the left side. Never force a twist. If you can't quite get your hand past your knee, that's okay. Make sure you're twisting from your core though. Back to center with our cat-cow. Inhale, arms overhead. Legs come out straight in front. Feel free to keep a soft bend in your knee. I'll turn to the side so you can see. You can keep that soft bend in your knee as you fold over and only go as far as your body allows. If you feel ready for it, straighten out your knees and reach towards your toes. Make sure you reach upwards and then down rather than forcing it to reach downwards. Always keep a soft bend in your knees if that feels good for you. Yeah, play around with this pose. See what feels best for you today. When you're ready, come out of that forward fold, Make space and lay down very gently and carefully on your mat, lowering one vertebra at a time. Bring both knees into your chest, rock side to side, massaging your lower back. This always feels good for me. Exhale, lower both arms to the ground and bring both knees to the right side. Gentle twist over here. Feel free to look over your right shoulder if that feels good for your neck. If not, just stay looking up at the ceiling, wherever feels best for you. With any yoga class, always listen to your body and do what feels best for your body in that moment. Knees back to your center. Again, rock side to side, massaging our lower back. Tee out your arms and exhale. Lower both knees now over to your right. Hold here, keep breathing. Do a light body scan, seeing how you feel. And exhale, bring both knees back to center. Hug them into your chest. Gentle rock here. You can do little circles. Circle the other way. Always about balance in yoga. Whatever we do one way, we do the other. Extend your arms overhead if you like and roll onto one side to push up, or rock and roll up your spine and meet in seated position. Your choice. From here, go on to all fours to a nice tabletop. Palms under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Feel free to make fists as we open our heart up to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow, really warming up our spine this flow. Exhale to cat. Inhale one more time to cow. Exhale to cat. Release your fists and go ahead and do some organic movement, maybe some barrel rolls like I'm doing here. Really get in touch with what feels best for you. Since we're highlighting this piece and this contemporary piece has a lot of elements to it, I felt inspired by a feeling of flow and freestyling. From here, we're going to open up, lifting our right hand up to the ceiling, keeping our left knee down for support. Extend your arm overhead. It's like a supported extended side angle. Exhale your right hand down, coming to our left side. Extend your left leg straight back. Right knee stays down, right hand stays down. Paint your left hand up towards the ceiling, opening to the side wall. Extended side angle, supported style on the left side now. You should feel a nice opening sensation, especially in your chest. Exhale, lower your left hand down. Back to tabletop. Give yourself space for a nice child's pose. You can spread your knees as wide as your mat or keep your knees together, your choice. Lower your head down to the mat as far as it'll go and enjoy this moment here. Tense your fingertips for more of an active child's pose or keep your fingertips down on the ground. Your choice as always. Keep breathing, tuning in with yourself. Gently walk your hands back to meet your knees and sit up tall. Hero's pose now. Inhale, arms overhead, pinkies spiraled in towards each other, hands meet at heart center. Gently twist over your right side now. We've done a lot of twists in this pose or in this flow, again, inspired by this piece with all the different shapes and textures the artist embodies. Exhale down to child's pose. Inhale, lift yourself back up. And exhale, twist over to the other side. Still making sure to sit up nice and tall. Exhale back to all fours and tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Getting set up for our first down dog of class. As always, with every down dog, make sure your position is right. Your hands, you might have to walk them out. You might have to readjust yourself. Play around with this and see what feels best for you. Pedal out, bend both knees. See what feels good for you. With our down dog, we really want to focus on our chest coming towards our thighs, eventually lifting our heels and lowering them down. If your heels touch the mat, great. If not, work on it. It's all good. Yoga practice, not yoga perfect. Eventually wave forward to high plank. You know it's the right distance between your hands and feet when you can wave forward to high plank from down dog and you don't have to adjust your hands and feet. So adjust yourself if need be. Waving back and forth, feeling the sensation of energy from our toes, rippling all the way through our spine to the top of our head. With this high plank now, our core is engaged and strong. We're going to inhale, bring your right knee to your nose. And exhale, shoot your right foot up to three-legged dog. Heel is nice and flexed. Exhale, right knee to nose again. Step your right foot through. Feel free to use your blocks here if that feels best for you. Now we're here in a lunge, feeling a nice opening in our left hip now. Take a deep inhale in, and exhale, lower your left knee down. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale your arms overhead if you like, or keep your hands on your quads, making sure that your belly button is still coming into your spine. Our rib cage is still nice and controlled in and not splaying out. Exhale, back to that twist. Twist over to your right side, open your arms up, or keep your hands at heart center. Feel free to hook down as well to deepen into that twist, keeping your chest open, thinking nice tall thoughts. Exhale back to center, lower both hands down, tuck your toe under, lift up now, runner's lunge again, and step back to high plank. Left leg comes up, three-legged dog, and exhale left knee, step on through. Same thing other side, using our blocks for support for this runner's lunge, thinking nice, strong, long thoughts. You got this. Gently lower your right knee down, let it kiss the mat, and inhale, low crescent lunge. Again, option for your hands to be extended up to the air or resting on your quad. Make sure that your core is nice and engaged here. Exhale, hands to center, twist over your left side, opening up to the side wall, or keep your hands at heart center. Hook down for a nice juicy left twist here, making sure your chest is open as if you're doing an upward facing dog. Exhale back to center, lower both hands down, tuck your right toes under, back to runner's lunge, and shift back, high plank. Lifting your hips now, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, lift your heels, walk, hop, float forward to the front of your mat. We'll meet here in our first forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Play around with this, nod your head yes, shake your head no. Rock your weight into the balls of your feet. Grab opposite elbow and gently rock side to side and ragdoll. I love this pose. It feels like a nice release in my back, and I like to keep a deep bend in my knee, really making sure it's a restorative pose. You can sway side to side like you're painting rainbows on the floor. Plant both hands now. Deep bend in your knee and straighten out, warming up our legs even more. Deep bend and straighten. Feel free to hook your hands around your legs to deepen the stretch. Eventually rolling up one vertebra at a time, nice and slow, head and last thing coming up. Inhale, arms overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to high plank. Shift back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose and stepping through. Swirl your left heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Our hips are still squared forward to the front of our mat. There you go. So make sure your hips are squared forward to the front of your mat. Your left foot pinky is still sealed down into the ground. Exhale, lower both hands. Step back, high plank to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot through. Seal your right heel now down to the ground. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. So strong. Strong bend in our front left knee. Hips are facing forward to the front of our mat. Right pinky is sealed to the ground. Nice. Choose your hand position and exhale both palms down to the mat. Shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale your heels up, bend your knees, come to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, rock around, play with this forward fold, feel it out. Eventually, twisting on this side now. Left hand stays planted, right hand comes up. And now to the other side. Right hand's planted, left hand up. Exhale here. Roll up. Nice. Meeting in chair pose. Our legs are pretty fired up. We're strengthening here. Weights in our heels. We're bending down as if we're sitting in a chair. And rise up. I know I felt that. Building strength with all these poses. Shake it out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, keeping a flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. Step one foot back and twist open. Feel free to lower your right hand down as if you're shaking someone's hand, or swing it around and keep it upwards. Goal here is just to have an open chest. All right, wiggle your right foot out to the side now. Lower your left foot down, meeting in lizard. This is a really juicy hip opener. Feel free to use your blocks to help bring the floor up to you. Or if you feel good without your blocks, let your hands rest on the mat or even lower down to your forearms. See what feels best for you. Keep breathing into your left hip especially. Nice. So from here, we're going to twist over to the right like we did. Bend your left knee and see if your hand can reach it. Let your hand and foot meet like they're old friends. Gently lower your left leg down. Bring your right hand back to center. Wiggle your right toe back to the middle, right foot back to the middle, and exhale, half splits. I always move my right foot forward a bit to give me space. You can use your blocks here or be tented on your fingertips. Make sure you're keeping a nice flat back and shoulders nice and broad. You can keep a slight micro bend in your knee. Really feeling the hamstring stretch here as well. Keep breathing. Enjoy this posture. Surrender to the pose. Good work, everyone. Rebend through your right knee. Tuck your left toes. Lift up and shift back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot through. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your toes. Lift up, low crescent pose here. Grab your blocks again for support if you like. Find what feels best for you. Lift your right knee off the ground and twist open on the left side. Option to keep your hand up to the sky or extend back like you're looking back to shake someone's hand. Rotate your arm. Bring your left arm back to front. Heel toe your left foot out to the edge of your mat. Lower your right knee down, meeting in lizard. Each side may feel different. Some sides are looser or more open than others, and that's okay. With each pose and posture, we breathe into it. We meet it where it is. From here, bring your left hand to meet your right foot, bending your right heel to meet towards your backside. This can be a very intense posture, so if you want to use a strap here, feel free to do so. Or if you just want to bend your knee and your hand doesn't reach, that's fine too. Exhaling now to half splits. Making sure we're not sitting over our heels. Our back knee is nice and perpendicular to the ground. Our left leg is staying nice and flexed to protect our knee joint. Rebend into your left knee. Plant both heels. Lift your right leg up, join by your left. Come back to downward facing dog. Great job on that flow. Inhale, right leg comes up. Point now and open your hip to the side. Bending your knee over. Exhale, right knee to the front. Step on through. Rise up to warrior two. So our left heel came down, but we're open to the side wall here. Strong arms, reaching from fingertip to fingertip. And exhale now into reverse warrior. Make sure to keep a strong bend in your right knee. Cartwheel back to extended side angle. We did this earlier in class, supported, but now we're standing with it. Our extended side angle, it's as if our body is one straight line from our left toes to our left fingertips. Reaching upwards, straighten your right knee. Tick-tock now down to triangle. If you want to use a block, place it behind your right foot for support. Now gently turn forward, meeting in pyramid pose. So both of our feet are facing the front of our mat. See what feels best for you. You may want to keep your legs closer together or more outward. You could also use blocks to help support you. This is a strong hamstring stretch here, so feel what is best for you. Bend both legs now. Step back to downward facing dog. Left leg comes up this time. Point your foot, open your hip to the side, bend your left knee. Nice hip opener. Exhale. Left knee comes into the center, rather. Rise up to warrior two on this side. Same thing, make sure your core is engaged. Hips are rotated to the side. Very nice. Making sure your right foot is planted to the ground. Exhale, reverse warrior. Just like our stretches in the very beginning of class. Feel that nice stretch along your side body. Thinking long and elongated. Come back to warrior two. Drive through now. Extended side angle. You can rest your arm on your quad or reach down to the mat. Aiming for one straight line. Nice. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Adjust yourself and tick-tock your arms down to triangle. With triangle, it's like a slight twist in our upper body. That's why we did so many chest openers in the beginning of class. Firm up your front leg kneecap to protect your knee joint. Now exhale, bend your knee. You're going to shift your hips back to the front of the mat now, meeting in pyramid pose on this side. So both of your feet face forward, hips are squared front, and fold over. This flow had us moving, so good job. We combined a lot of poses, and I know you all hung through with it. Give yourself some space here, bend both knees, step back to downward dog, and then high plank, and downward dog again. Adjust yourself as need be. Inhale, right leg up, bend your right knee, and now flip over to Wild Thing. This piece definitely got my juices flowing with creativity. There's a lot of freestyle movements in here, so see what feels best for your body. But it's always good to change up how we move. Coming back to three-legged dog now. Reset with downward facing dog. Inhale. Right leg up here. Bend your knee, getting ready for Wild Thing. You're going to flip over, lower down, and really reach up and over. It's like a slight upper back bend, chest opener. Very nice. Inhale, lift your leg up, and downward dog. Wave forward to high plank. Exhale, gently lower both knees. Sit back to child's pose. We have journeyed through so many poses and in this short flow, and it really is reminiscent of this piece. There's so many elements to it. You definitely have to come see it at the Barry Art Museum. All right, from here, downward facing dog. Lift up. Let's try Wild Thing again, making sure we feel it in our bodies. Loop over, extend, elongate. Reach your heart towards the ceiling. Yes, feel that back bend. And exhale, come back to down dog. Other side now. Inhale, lift your leg up. Open your hips to the side. Bend your knee over. Trust yourself here. Flip open. Chest reaching upward. And reach, stretch. You got it. Nice. Elongate up to your leg up to the ceiling. If you like, shake it out. Come back to down dog. And let's meet here in a low yoga squat. You can use your blocks here. I'll turn to the front so you can see. You can gently sit on your blocks. We're going to use our elbows to help open our hips even more, but make sure you're still lifted up through your chest. This is a great pose to do to help with digestion. It's also a good grounding pose. Anything that has us rooted down on the mat is really good for grounding. Here we have our wide-legged forward fold. Same thing, weights in the balls of our feet still. Feel free to take a bind with your hands behind your back if you like, or you can keep your hands on the mat, whatever feels best for you. Keep breathing. Exhale, release. Lower your hands down. Gently lower down now onto your right side. This pose is challenging for me, but like I said, it's always good to mix up how we move so our body can adapt and adjust. Coming back to center to wide-legged forward fold. See if a bind is calling to you. If you do that bind, imagine that you're bringing your shoulder blades together while relaxing them away from your ears. Now exhale, deep side lunge on the other side. Your goal is to keep your foot flat and then the elongated leg. Your toes can be pointed or flexed as long as there's energy going through that extended leg. Exhale back to forward fold. See what feels best for your hands, either bound or on the mat. This is a good prep as well for seeing if your head can come to the ground to eventually prep for headstand. Heel toe your feet back together. Meet in our low yogic squat. And exhale, lower both knees to the ground. Good job, everyone. Come back to Hero's Pose. Feel free to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or you can just have both hands at heart center. Inhale your deepest inhale and exhale. Reground into ourselves. We did a lot of movement. We're going to recenter and reground as we close out class. Come on to all fours here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One quick thread the needle, lifting our right arm up to the sky, then lowering it down, bringing our right ear and right shoulder to the mat. Lift up, back to tabletop. Inhale, left arm up. Thread the needle here, bringing your left ear and left shoulder down to the mat. Come back to center again, and lower down to your child's pose. Especially when I'm doing a restorative cool down pose, I like my arms to be wrapped by my heels. You can also bring your fists under your forehead if you like, or extend your arms forward in traditional child's pose. Inhale this moment, and exhale everything else. Lift yourself back up again, sitting up nice and tall. Feet come out in front, giving yourself space so that you can lay down. Exhale your back down to the mat. Bring both knees to your chest, then over for a gentle twist. Your arms can be teed out, or they can almost be like a end zone touchdown pose. Bring both knees back to center. Happy baby here. Grab the soles of your feet or your hamstrings, whatever's accessible to you. Gently rock side to side. Lower both knees again back to center, eventually carrying onwards to twisting. Both knees are down on the right. You can look over your left shoulder. Bring both knees back to center. Lift up now, tightening every muscle in your body, and exhale, release to Shavasana. With your Shavasana, let your palms face upwards to the sky, let your feet gently turn outwards as they naturally do. Focus on your breath or focus on nothing at all. I will guide us out of the Shavasana momentarily. Begin to deepen your inhales and exhales. Start to wiggle your toes and fingertips, reaching overhead eventually for a nice good morning pose, good morning stretch. Bend one knee, then the other, and gently roll down to one side using your bottom arm like a pillow. Gently push yourself up to seated position, making sure to sit up nice and tall. You can bring your blocks to the underneath of your thighs if you like for more support. Inhale, arms overhead, through your third eye, down to your heart center. I bow to you. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. This flow is a lot of fun and a lot of movement, just like this piece is. Take care, everyone.